Konnichiwa, I am Carlos Clausen, aka Raid Corazones, and this is The King's Lounge. I will be posting game reviews, discussing upcoming titles, and even showing some game footage. I'll be covering both old and new games across as many platforms as possible. Although my primary console will be PlayStation 4, if you treat gaming like it's your daily bread, then this is the right place for you. Well, enough about me. Let's get into it. I just spent the last 3 days playing The Last of Us Remastered, and I can safely say that my mind has been blown. I don't usually give in to the hype that people generate around games and movies, because you generally end up feeling quite let down and regretting that you ever listened to anyone. This time around though, it deserves all the credit and accolades that it got. The best way to describe this to anyone who hasn't already played it would be a zombie apocalypse done right. There wasn't too much zombie action where you think to yourself, alright, enough already. And there wasn't too little of it either where you think, what was this game about again? For true gamers, however, I can say it is not just a post-apocalyptic game done right, but also a compelling story about an older man and a teenage girl who lost everything. I am of course talking about Joel and Ellie. Joel is our main character, a tried and tested man with a broken heart who suffered a tragic loss early in the game, and from the way his character plays out, you can tell that he never quite got over it. Most of his reactions towards other characters, and most especially towards Ellie, are a direct factor of this. Ellie is a young 14-year-old girl who lost both her parents to this tragic pandemic. She gives off quite a brave and courageous demeanor, but deep down she's sad and very scared. She ends up being entrusted to Joel by the anti-government group known as the Fireflies. He and his partner Tess strike a bargain to transport Ellie out of the city in exchange for weapons. Joel and Ellie end up going on a life-changing journey to save all of mankind, and hopefully, themselves in the process. Now, I loved every single part of this game. Yes, including the parts where I almost crapped myself from a creepy clicker jumping out at me unexpectedly. The characters are so well developed that I just couldn't help but to be captivated by them. Their backstories and purpose for doing what they were doing helped to further keep my interest. The progression that you see in the characters' demeanor throughout the story was a sheer beauty to watch. The story unfolded as fast as I would allow it to, and it was mesmerizing. The plot twists were incredible, and I'm a sucker for them, so I do appreciate the vast amount of them. Some of them were real shockers, and I never would have been able to predict them. Looking at you, Henry and Sam. Also that opening chapter, wow, it hit me hard. The background music is another masterwork by the team over at Naughty Dog. I must really commend them for this. Ellie and Joel's theme song really connected you to the characters, and you could feel what they were going through at the time. The attention to detail that went into the visuals and background work are just spot on. From signage to ripples in the water to bullet holes in the walls. I enjoyed collecting all the artifacts and reading up on those unseen characters' lives during this pandemic. I was really rooting for Ish. I like the fact that there are multiple weapons to use in this game, even though ammo is hard to come by. It just adds another aspect to being strategic and picking when best to use them. You could say it kind of plays like Uncharted. Truly a wonderful experience, and I'm glad that I finally decided to give this game a shot. The only two negative things I can write about, I would have to say, is that firstly, the hidden spots in the game need to have more things to find than just scrap metals and crafting materials. I keep thinking I'll find some awesome Easter egg, or at the very least the next comic book, only to be greeted with materials. Secondly, the game is too short. Please, please, please make the next one longer. With that being said, I am now an eternal fan, and I'm definitely looking forward to playing The Last of Us 2. Here's my rating of the game. If you feel differently about it, just let me know in the comments.